What's up guys, welcome back. When I was a kid, one of my favorite things to eat was a pasta bake. I loved lasagna, I loved baked ziti, baked spaghetti, you name it, I loved it. Today we're taking a few of those classic ideas and putting a twist on it and elevating the childhood classic of a pasta bake. But before we get into the recipe, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right guys, so we're gonna get the party started with some Italian sausage. I'm using mild. You could also use ground beef, pork, turkey, whatever you like. We're getting this going with 1.5 pounds of Italian sausage though, but again, feel free to substitute that with whatever floats your boat. We're just gonna brown this up nicely. Make sure we get some good crust and flavor. That's what you wanna see right there. And this is gonna act as the foundation for our sauce. It's gonna release some of that fat and flavor. That's gonna help saute our onions and our garlic.
And this episode is sponsored by Bright Cellars. Bright Cellars is the wine club that believes anybody can experience the joy of wine. You can personalize your selections by taking a quick 7-question quiz that will match you with the wines from all over the world, curated to your taste palette. There's also a lot of variety and convenience. You can choose from 12 different plan options and get 100+ varietals sourced from 80+ wine regions delivered right to your doorstep. One of my favorite things is the education value that you get from this. Each box comes with wine education cards for each bottle that outline tasting notes, suggested pairings, best serving temps, and origin. And satisfaction is guaranteed. You can learn why their bottles have over 600,000 5-star reviews. If you don't like a bottle, they'll replace it. I'm a huge fan of red wine and I couldn't be more happy with the selections that were sent to me. I absolutely love this Cabernet. Sponsors like Bright Cellars help me make content that you guys enjoy, so by supporting Bright Cellars, you're supporting my channel as well. So I want to give a huge thanks to Bright Cellars for giving my followers their first 6-bottle subscription box, which is usually $150 for just $70. Click the link in the description to take the quiz and get started today.
Meat is most of the way cooked. We're going in with 1 diced onion. Just a rough dice, nothing crazy. Give that a good mix, allow the onion to start to sweat down. At this point, we're gonna add a pinch of salt just to help the onion sweat down a little bit. That salt will start to release some of the moisture from the onion. You always wanna season as you go anyway. So, pinch of salt, get that worked in, let the onion soften a bit, then we're going in with our tomato paste. Next up, we're going in with about 3 tablespoons of good quality tomato paste. This is gonna add some concentrated tomato flavor. It's gonna thicken up the sauce a little bit as well. There we go. Followed by 1 to 2 tablespoons of Italian herb paste. I also like to add a little bit of red pepper flakes, just for a little pop of heat on the back end. Season that up with my all-purpose, or just a little salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder. Whatever flavors you like, guys. Go ahead and mix that in. Smelling incredible in here. And last but not least, I want to add about 4 cloves of minced garlic. You want to add that towards the end, that way it doesn't burn up on you. We got a flavor party in here. Now just to deglaze the skillet, we're going in with about 1/2 cup of red wine. You can use beef broth here as well. Just give that a mix. That wine's gonna cook off, completely safe for kids to eat. I get that question a lot. But by the time this is done, there's gonna be no alcohol left in here. Just the flavor. Beautiful color developing. At this point, we're gonna go ahead and add in our crushed tomatoes. Quick reminder, guys, that all the specific measurements and ingredients for this recipe can be found in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. There's 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes, and then we're gonna add in some diced tomatoes as well. You can use tomato sauce if you want, depending on the consistency you're looking for. Then we're going in with some diced tomatoes as well. About 14 ounces of those. Just give that a good mix and let that cook down. Those diced tomatoes will cook down and get nice and soft. Basically emulsify right on into the sauce. We'll just let this roll for about 30 minutes. All right, so I said one of my favorites as a child was lasagna and baked ziti. They usually have like a ricotta mixture in the middle. I'm not a big fan of ricotta, so we're gonna use this mixture. We have half a cup of sour cream, 5.2 ounces of boursin garlic and herb cheese. Trust me on this one, guys. Most ricotta that you get from the store kind of sucks, if we're being honest. There is some good like homemade whipped ricotta recipes out there, but I really like this ever since I started using this combination. So give it a try. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm sure the Italian folks in the comments are losing their mind. I still love you though. You're gonna lose your mind over this too, because I'm using 1 tablespoon of garlic paste. It's easy, I always got it in the fridge. Sue me. Next, we're gonna season it up with some Italian seasoning. A little pinch of parsley. And some Parmesan cheese. When I say some, I mean a lot. About a cup. Get in there and give that a good mix. Now, if you want to use ricotta instead of the sour cream, that's totally fine. Definitely go with the boursin though. You guys gotta trust me on that. It's great on a charcuterie board too. So if you find it on sale, stock up on it, because it is a kind of expensive at certain stores. I think I got this for $4.99 on sale, which is a steal these days. I've seen it as expensive as $7.99, which is ridiculous. It's gonna give that a good mix. You wanna mix it good so that it kind of spreads out. That boursin cheese is kind of tough until you break it down. Next up, we're gonna add a little bit of seasoning along with some red pepper flakes just to add a little heat. That's optional though. I'm actually gonna add a teaspoon of this Italian herb paste to the situation as well, just because we got it nearby. Give that a good mix, then we're gonna taste it. As always, guys, taste as you go and adjust the flavor to your preference. But this is what we're gonna be layering in between our pasta bake. Nice little cheesy element. Plenty of garlic flavor in there as well. All right, so our sauce has been rolling for about 45 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and add in a pinch of sugar, which again may be controversial in the comments, but hey, feel free to say mean things to me down there. We're gonna add that sugar. I'm also gonna add just a splash of cream. Give that a mix, and we're gonna let this roll for another 15 minutes. And then we'll build our casserole dish and get this bad boy in the oven for one of the most delicious pasta bakes you probably ever had in your life. Last but not least, we're gonna add a little fresh chopped basil. I am a basil stan, so I love it. I love to add it to all of my pizzas, my pastas, my sandwiches. If you like it, go ahead and add it to yours. If not, you can leave it out. But there you have it, guys. We'll let this sauce go for 15 minutes, and then it'll be time to get this in the oven. All right, my friends, once the pasta is cooked to a perfect al dente, we're gonna add it to our sauce. Quick PSA to always salt your pasta water, but you guys know that by now. We're using mafaldine noodles just to switch it up a little bit. These are superior, in my opinion, due to the ridges in the noodles or the pasta. The ridges hold the sauce beautifully. So we're gonna bake it. You guys can find this at Wegmans, at Whole Foods, on Amazon, and just mix until it's well combined. And then we'll start to build our casserole dish. All right, so we're going down with a light layer of pasta sauce at the bottom of the casserole dish because Grandma said so. And then we're gonna go ahead and start to add in our mafaldine pasta. So just try to, make a nice even layer of it. Then that cheese mixture we made is going right in the middle. One more layer of pasta, and then some mozzarella to top things off. Now for that cheese mixture, just kind of dollop it around. Kind of smooth it into a nice even layer. Doesn't have to be perfect. It'll kind of melt all together. Right on top of that, a little freshly grated Parmesan cheese, because why the hell not? We're here for a good time, not a long time. Then one more thin layer of pasta. Another layer of parm, and then top it with mozzarella into a 375-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. All right, guys, that's how we're looking. Fresh out of the oven at 375 for exactly 25 minutes. Golden brown and beautiful on top. Gonna hit it with just a pinch of parsley for a pop of color. This is the part where I say, brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do, my friends, is dig in here for a taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, guys, time for the moment of truth. I'm gonna tell you what I already love about this recipe. One of my favorite things about lasagna is you get those crispy bits at the end. But with the shape of this noodle, you get way more of those bites. Here we go. Too bad I'm on a diet. Y'all gotta try this one.